although we're in the early part of the game, that operations counter is ticking away towards the musty passage of time. And we are not prepared for a victory check yet. We have one of the two prerequisites with our Rancheria B in Lower Arkansas. That's a additional territory. We have a settlement in there that meets our requirement, but we need to ravage. The unfortunate thing is we have used up all of our luck. And it is time for the enemy to answer back. So we're gonna roll a die, find out which enemy it is. And as we stated earlier, in this early part of the game, either going to be the Spanish or the Northern tribes. So let's get the zoom on out of here and roll for the active enemy. 5. And in this time period of 5. Oh, you know what I need to do? I'm sorry about that. I forgot. And it's hold on a second. It was something I seen earlier when we didn't have enough movement points to get back. We put one of the captives back, and we had to cancel one of our raids. And when we canceled one of our raids, we didn't have to put a ravage counter on there, so I forgot to take a ravage counter on. Just a correction from the previous video. So let's lose another one of our ravages because we didn't raid. We had to take one of our raids back in order to give us movement points to get back to the Rancheria. And on further review, I did everything right, but removed the ravage counter. So now we're good to go. All right, so it's 5 roll. A 5 roll means it won't be the Northern tribes for a change, and that's kind of good because they're kind of close and they were hammering us. And this way, I don't think another ravage counters will come off, so that'll be a plus. So we lucked out on who the active enemy will be. It'll be the West. Now for our randomization roll is what I call it. Doesn't really have anything to do, just kind of flips these things on down. But the West he's a 6. So that means the subjugate will be flipped on over. But more importantly, let's look at the top. He's got a lot of action points to spend. First one's peace. Now, he don't have no ravage counters on him. So the peace operation, I think, will be in effect. We've been getting away with it with these boys up here in the north, because before they do any of these instructions, they remove the ravage. They heal their tribe up. But anyway, we ain't gonna be so lucky here. Now let's see here. Here they are. There's our enemy space. That's the West. We're coming from the California way. All right, we'll check out peace. We might get lucky on this one. We'll be right back. But there'll probably be a creep. There's a couple prerequisites before you get to that peace. So we'll see what's up. We'll be right back. Well, the rules tell me to put the peace space there, and that means that we're no hostilities with the Spanish of the West. Oh. But now we gotta look at that. That costs 4. We'll just start putting these back in there, I guess. All right, so that's that one. Next one's war, and the good. Oh, you know what? Are we in the second part? Yeah, we are in the second part. So maybe war will come into effect. During the first part, we had the cards up there about the turmoil in Europe. But there's none here. These are all spend 1 action points to take into effect. So we'll have to see. That was short-lived. We just had peace. Now we got war, so we'll find out. Because there's a bunch of them down here. It's all war with the Spanish. Let me see what we do in the case of a war instruction. We'll be right back. The war procedure. We'll spend 4. Here's a 4. And unfortunately for us, easy for me to say, this worst one will go into effect. It's effective. We'll take this peace space off. This is no longer. So there you go. This is the active one here. Now the first thing we do is if there's a peace space, you replace it with the war spot. I don't know if this goes on the map yet, but yeah, it didn't last long. So there you go. Now I have a bunch of these. I think these are, if I'm not mistaken, from just looking at the rules, going to be 1, 2, 3 war columns, or 4 war columns if they have enough ammo. So we already spent a bunch here. So we'll see what's up with the war marker. All right, then that'll be it for this one. We still have more left for our new enemy, and it will be a war instruction. That'll cost us 3, and I think will make us a war column equal to, this will be equal to 3 plus whatever amount of settlements they have. I think they don't have none. It was the Spanish in the South that has settlements. I think we'll get away with one there. So I think we're looking at a 3 strength war column. Huh. Alright, I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do is form a war column right here. So, yeah, I think that only peace lasted a few weeks. They went to war. And we got some threats headed our way. Let me make sure I'm doing this all right. We'll be right back. All right, then, there you go. Now, I was worried about the next one, but as you see, we have one war column formed there. Our next one's a war also, and this is a 5, so we'll take off, let's see here, 3 and a 2. Those both in here. We'll form our next war column, which will be a 5 strengther. So we'll go over here, 5, and he gets 4. We also got, now we got 2 war columns. Wow. Alright, hopefully the game will have us going here. Well, anyway, that's 5. The next one's settle. So we'll keep going until we have these done. I think we have 2 over there also. So 11 left. Alright, so we get a break from war columns. And they're going to try to settle. So this is a massive, massive turn by the Spanish Empire of the West. From California. Here's where it's coming from. We'll be right back with more threats to my newly, not even established yet, Comanche Empire. We'll be right back. Alright, on here we're looking for the lowest area of value closest to this spot right here. There's 2 of them here that are 1s. So we'll roll to see which one it is. 1 to 3 will be the top one. 4 to 6 bottom. 1 to 3 will be the top one. We'll remove the bison. And the Spanish will have a settlement. There you go. Alright, bison back in here. Ooh, gotta watch things on the old stackage. Oh. And like I said earlier, I've watched videos of people, guys at conventions, where they got like thousands of counters laying on the floor there. I don't know how many times it's happened, but I think more than I can count on my hands and feet through history. But yeah, the old thing flying through the hitting on the board, wiping everything. Oh my God, that must be a nightmare. It might be prudent to take pictures every once in a while. All right, let's see there. So that's settle. Settle is done. Next one's a war column of 4. Now, what do I do if I don't have the counters for them, though? Huh, I'll have to check that out. Only one more with a 4. Let me see what it stipulates, because there's got to be, maybe, and since we're making so many of them, I don't have a 4 in here. I don't think. Let me look and see. 7, 2. That's what I was talking about the game being able to handle what's going on here. Don't look at that. I think I might have. I broke it. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, he's got it covered. All right. So instead of creating this last war column band, you don't do that. You don't keep on creating war column bands. We'll be using up these war points. But what we'll be doing is, all right, we did settle this first one. Or what is that? Is a strength. Something must have happened here. We didn't use that one. Oh, I don't know what it was. But the second one, we gave him a 3 strengther, creates the war column. Now what you do here when you keep on pulling these war column, when you keep on pulling these war column chits, it's just go to the war column procedure. So we won't be keep on creating war columns. When I was looking at this, I'm like, oh man, we're going to be just creating war columns. And I started doing that until I seen the inevitable. What was going to happen is you weren't going to have no counters, which is fine. It's because what I was doing was wrong. So now we'll just have a war column movement for this war column. That's down here. And what we'll do is start using this award deck. So now, for all these here, our next one will be War 2. So we'll move the war column for this one. Settle we just did, and then we'll move a war column for this one here. You don't just keep on creating war columns. So there you go. We'll be right back. Answers my questione. Alright, it tells us to discard any card in the war event box if there is none. And we will do this. We will consult. Ooh, east and west. Okay, so it does tell us the west, I think, will move too, because that's what we're playing with here. And this is the movement part of the card. There's some other parts, but it tells me right here. Consult the movement portion of the card. There you go. Each active war column moves a specified number of spaces to the nearest rancheria. So there you go. The nearest rancheria is right up here. But here's a caveat on this one. Zoom you in for a better look. These are known trails and passages known only to the natives. So the Spanish can't use that. So we'll move 1, 2. Our war column will stop right here. We'll find out what the implications are. If there's a tribe there, if that's their movement part, and we'll be back with the rest of the enemy procedure. So they got Spanish have sent troops out against us. We'll see what's up. Alright, then the Spanish war column has moved on out. It won't do nothing with that band. It will do something if it hits a allied band, a rancheria, or one of my bands of Braves that are out in the plains. So far so good. But now it will have a attrition roll, which will reduce its strength. So that's always nice from our point of view. Let me see here. Let me see here. All right. So we're looking for a 3 or less, and that reduces its strength. 3, we'll take it. So it goes down to 2, losing some men to the harsh conditions of the Southwest United States. So 3, where's I'm looking for a 2. So now he has a 2 strength there. Band on there. Alright, we press pause. And it takes us back to the war deck, but this time we'll be consulting the bottom part of the card. Oops, hold on a second. I'll put this card back here. And we'll do this one. Now the war event. We'll read it together. Spend 2 action points to move 1 rancheria to an adjacent space. Must comply with stacking. Travelers, in other words, when revealed, we travel. Spend 2 action points to move 1 rancheria to an adjacent space. Okay, well, I guess 2 action points. 1, 2, that kind of sucks. And our rancheria 1 space. Let's see here. We can't go there because you can only go here. So wrong move, guys. What do we do about a bison? I guess we'll put him back in the here instead of in our resources. Although we might have got him, but I'll check that out. All right, there you go. Must comply with stacking. All right, that is that one. Oh, what do we do here now? Pause time. All right, well now it's time to have any battles. If our war column is at the same space as a band, a rancheria, or an ally, which it's not. So then we'll go to operations. My operation. So we get to respond in kind. Oh, you know what? We should be able to respond in kind because there's more here. Yeah. So that'll be it. Well, no, let's go ahead and hit another war. And then it'll be war column. Okay, yeah, so we'll take another 4 of these. Another 4. Put this on over to war. And we got to do another. Yeah, that's correct. That is correct. So we'll move him. We'll see what's up. He's lost strength. But it'll be another war column. Phase. Discard any face-up card in the box. There's no work on a consult. Okay, so we discard these. And that's pretty much discarded right there. So we'll just go ahead and put this one up here. And the movement is west 2. So war column will move 2 spaces closer to our. And that would put them right. We'll pull them with us. Oh. 1, 2. That puts them on top of us there, boys and girls. Alright, we will have a battle. There's supposed to be blah, 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 blah. Call the enemies if the rancher, the war column moves near. If no banner rancher is visible.
Right here. All right, not a battle yet. Not a battle yet. There's more steps. The war column may be reduced in strength in that case. If nothing is invisible, it's invisible. Step 2. Rule for each in play war column. The war is less than.
Alright, so we're looking for a 2 this time, and we got it last time. Attrition roll for the Spanish war column, as he's ready to fight us, and that doesn't do anything.
So there you go. After that, we will draw 1 card.
And go for the war event portion.
War event or revealed surprise attack. Highest strength war column within 2 spaces. Well, it's no big deal. As a retro champ, if greater war column is qualified, it's no big deal. Well, that would have got him to us a lot more quicker, but as it is, he's already with us. And as it is, step 4 says for each war space that contains a band and allied tribe, but no rancheria. In each war space that contains a rancheria, the rancheria has 0 bands.
We gotta look at that one too. We got bands in them, but they're finished, and we got 2 of these here. We haven't had a procedure yet to do anything with them, so we have to find out what's going on here. But there you go. The Spanish have attacked with a 2 strength war column, and Rancheria A, right there on the bottom there, is going to fight a battle. We'll find out how to do that. We'll be right back. All right. Well, if we had 2 movement points or action points, is it? Oh, military points. Yeah, we only got 2. If we had 2, we'd spend both of them, which would put us down to 0, which would end the game for us. So we can't do that option. But if we had more of them up here, we would have been able to. And that option is that you would lose your captives. In other words, I think they'd pretty well raid us, but the war column would go back to the enemy space. So let me see here. What would it call for? It says here. Otherwise, place colonial war column on its square enemy space. I like kind of what happens here. Hold on. Infantry has 1 fight a battle. Lose 2 military points and you lose all captives. And that's basically what you'd be doing. It'd be raiding you. So we don't have the 2 military points, and I don't know if I'd want to do that anyway. So we're just going to go ahead, I guess, and fight a battle, because we do have a bunch of braves in our settlement that are ready to fight, and we got guns. Oh, we don't have horses in this one? Huh. Well, we have trade goods. So we're looking good on the battle. I don't know which one of these boys are going to be able to fight. The ones here are there for some reason. I don't think we skipped anything, but I guess we haven't had a reset to where these all get reset. And that would, I don't know if that'd be in the planning phase or the passage of time. There you go. Let me check out what to do, because we're getting ready to fight a battle on our Rancheria location. Spanish are on the ridge. We'll be right back.
Earlier, I was asking, before I got my head on my ass, I actually checked out the rule book, where on the map it was actually taking place, and he's got a nice little thing drawn here. It represents the Indian cloth, I guess, because you can see here, pause, the map is kind of like a cloth, stretched out between, you can't see it there, but a couple little sticks. So they got this tied up, and this is your map, which corresponds with this little spot here. So there you go. So our rancheria right now, I guess, would be up around here is where we're at. The Spanish now are coming in from the west here. Oh, my mistake. They're coming in from here. Just making a little jaunt on up to us. So right now, this is where our attack is coming from. They can also attack from here down the tribes to the north, coming from up around, what was that? I call that, it was Oklahoma. And north of that's Nebraska, so we were correct on that. But yeah, that's where the tribes in the north are coming in right now. The Spanish are attacking, and they have found their way up to our Rancheria. So they have a 2 strength attack. Pause the old sound effects. Fortunately for us, we have our war chief leading us. We have our band of braves, and we grabbed our 2 gun counters from the resource box and trade goods. Guns will give us a positive die roll modifier. I don't know if we could re-roll with the trade goods during a battle or not. We brought them just in case. But unfortunately for us, we also had us a horsemanship modifier during battle, but we ain't got no horses. So we're on foot. Oh, yeah, plenty of horses on the plains, boys. We need to round us up some. I don't even know if our other rancheria has horses, so we are a horse pole. No horses, so we're going to continue with this fight, this battle, and see what's going on. I think with our war chief modifier and guns, we should be all right, because it's an even strength battle with the scene. I do see a -1 on his, so when we come back, we will continue with our attack from the Spanish war party. I also want to make note of these lines connecting these areas. You can see here we did it right, because he can only subjugate or settle the Spanish from the west along the yellow line. He can't go here. I mean, he can travel here, but he can't subjugate or settle past that. So you can see they only got themselves a little bit of a range. The west has got a kind of a condensed range where, down in the southwest, a little bit further of an extension, and you can see the Federals, American Federals, all the way on through. So yeah, the enemy we encountered there has the smallest reach of all of our enemies. I'm looking to see if there's anything. These ones that are north, Native Americans don't have no hindrance. They can even use the dotted line. So just may want to make note of that. When we come back, we'll be rolling die for our first battle. We'll be right back. All right, the key for Comanche battles is a 6 or higher after modifiers. So there you go. We'll take the modified die roll as follows, as per any cards in play. And like I said earlier, we could have got a 1 die roll modifier if we had horses. No horses. Alright, it's going down here. Plus the band strength. If it's a Comanche unit, we have a 2 band strength, so we will be starting out with a +2 modifier for our strength. And another thing is, in this, it told me to get a modifier if he's on his finished or unfinished side. So unlike me putting it down there on his finished side or unfinished side, he was finished, so we have to keep him as finished, and it'll be a negative modifier because he's already tired. So let's see here. Band strength, a +2. If Comanche unit is an allied tribe, it's not. You get a +1 if the band fighting the battle, easy for me to say, possesses a Mahiniama counter, or rather a war chief counter, so that'll be a +1. We're up to a +3 modifier. Easy for me to find. Alright. What else we got here? Only 1 war chief may participate in the battle, that's fine. -1 if the band is on its finished side, so we're back to 2. Alright. And minus the battle modifier on the war column strength counter. Oh, that's bad news. So -1, we're at a +1, boys and girls. This is not looking good. Alright, well hold on, because we could roll 2 dice. Let me see here. If the roll is an unmodified 1, our modified result is less than 6, the enemy wins the battle. Makes sense. But it says, where are we at here? If the Comanche unit spends a guns counter, roll 2 dice and select the highest die roll, if any. Alright, so if not, we'll just roll 1. So we're going to roll 2 dice here with a +1 modifier. And we need a 6 or higher with a +1, so we need at least 2 5s or 5 out of all these. No good. We lose the battle. Alright, hold on a second, because we're going to check out if we could use our trade goods. It doesn't say that during the battle right there, so we'll be right back. Alright, well it doesn't say anything about not being able to do it during a battle. Oh wait, hold on. In order to re-roll or redraw during a band's activation or during battle, the trade good counter to be his possession. Oh, that's right, we took it with us, so that's good. That just answered our question. I wonder if we can do it in battle. We can. So we're going to spend a trade goods, and re-roll 1 die. Looking for a 5 or higher. No good. So we spent all that. We spent our guns counter. We got one guns counter left, but I don't know if we could use that again. I think as it stands, during this little round, we lost. Oh, not having a good game here. Unlike my first one, which I breezed through. Which it's all fun. It's all in the game. And like I said, it might not be over yet, but that was a bad little loss. We'll find out what the ramifications are. Well, now preliminary findings are as if the enemy wins the battle, he's just the one that's defeated. I do have other bands in there that I could fight with, so we'll see what happens. But after they're all done, and I think he reduces his strength by 1, so I think he takes casualties too. And we have other bands in the settlement that'll come out and fight, and if they're finished, they'll have modifiers as is applicable. Let me find that out though from what I just read. So my initial impressions. We'll be right back. All right, luckily for us, we just reduced his strength by 1 and return him to the resources box. If he was at 1, like he is now, and he lost the battle, he'd lose his guns and everything else. So luckily for us, we'll take him and everything else back to the resources box. And it says, let me see here. If another band remains in the rancheria, return to step 1. A battle procedure and fight another round. Otherwise, the rancheria is destroyed and the war ends. So, we will keep on going. This time, I think we're going to take this little boy, because we won't have a negative modifier. Oh, now hold on a second here. If the enemy wins this battle, the tribe. If the Comanche unit was a band outside the rancheria, blah blah blah. If the Comanche unit was a band, instant to reduce its strength by 1. Don't say nothing about reducing the enemy. I guess he don't lose anything because he won. So it might be better to use our one boy that's finished. Although we don't, he has no gun counters. We took 2 of them with our other boy. This might be a losing battle. Let me find this out real quick. We'll be right back. Well, with the modifiers, I don't think there's any way I can get a 6 or higher. So there's no way I can win. So I think this poor old rancheria is going to be destroyed. Oh, there was the option of moving the rancheria, but you lose 1 military point, and I'd put my military points at 0, and that would be game over for me. So I think the rancheria 1 is going to have to go down, or rancheria A is going to have to go down as destroyed, and we'll lose everything we got in it. That's not good. That's a major setback for the Comanche Nation and its aspirations of empire. We're going to call this a video when we come back. I'm pretty sure that one's gone. We already got them gone from Upper Arkansas, and the only one left is outside, so that really knocks off even our first objective in our victory check prerequisites. So now we only have, instead of having one of 2 met, we'll have 0 2 met. So going downhill, not good for the Comanches. We'll see if we can't pull them out of it. We'll be back.